find you to be very threatening. This is an instinctual response that they have to you. Some of you guys, these represent people who have not healed their instincts. Some of these people are dealing with some type of epigenetic trauma, some type of intertransgenerational trauma, or a combination of the two. Welcome in. Some of you guys are dealing with peoples of Africa or Holocaust descendants. You're dealing with people who have had generations of, hello, welcome. Dealing with people who have had traumas that have had lasting effects throughout generations. These people have an instinctual response to you that involves them feeling very threatened. These people have inherited these behaviors. This is a pattern of behavior that has been passed down through their DNA. Their genes have been expressed in this way. They cannot control these behaviors. But I sense that through your compassion, people are starting to release these defenses that they've had. This is an impact of their neural network. This is how they function. This is how their body processes what they feel as, what they deem as safe versus unsafe. They have this jealous, catty, and manipulative behavior that people have been expressing, their DNA expression, their behaviors of jealousness, cattiness, and manipulation is a result of specific physical and scientific connections in their organism. These people have not been well. Through your compassion, they are releasing these defenses. This is actually very sad. You guys have been illuminating a lot, okay? You guys have been illuminating a lot of their scarcity, a lot of places where they have been feeling pain and shame, a lot of places where you have been revealing the fact that they have not been whole, that they haven't had health, which is wealth. What the issue is when people come into contact with you, they immediately sense your indulgences in your life. They immediately sense your prosperity. The opposite of indulgence is their scarcity. These are people who have just not had enough. And your compassion is so beautiful. The fact that you guys can experience harm, injury, insult from these people and still extend them compassion because you know that they have just been frail. There's so much healing going on. You are so beautiful. There's a lot going on here, and I want to take some time to break down these traumatic experiences, okay? Because this third eye activation is it's not just an increased awareness, right, for everyone. But this is also understanding these people's altered intuition and their dysregulation. These people, we might just on the surface, we all kiki about fighting between people. Oh, they're just jealous. Oh, they're just haters. Oh, whatever. But these people are actually experiencing overwhelm when it comes to you and the increased awareness that you bring them with your indulgence, with your prosperity. You might even feel like your life is that great, right? But these people's instinctual response to you has been violence, aggression, and hostility because they feel so threatened by you having what you need, having what you want, being able to do what you want. Okay? Sigh, sigh, sigh. Okay? Take a deep breath. You are the leader. Okay? You activating your compassion puts you in the leadership position because we're not laughing about a hater. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Well, We would rather have justice and harmony. We would rather have compassion for all. We would rather have justice for all. We want all to be free. We liberate minds and we service all of mankind. The jealous, catty, manipulative behavior is a representation of people feeling very threatened by you. You are their leader on a more serious note. And as their leader, they're very codependent on you to alleviate their sufferings. You're just like, okay. Understand that you are their motivating force to take action. These scarce people have had a very distorted instinctual response to you. You know, when you know, as another prosperous, indulgent person having a good life or seemingly good life, that seeing someone else live well is not a personal matter. Seeing someone eat well, have a home with wellness, a wellness plan, having health and prosperity, having their needs met, their survival needs met. Them feeling threatened by you is not a personal matter. Hello, welcome in. This is what everyone is learning. This is also giving rise to this third eye activation. Their lack of awareness is that they are not even realizing their defenses around their own scarcity. It's not someone else's problem. It's not someone else's fault that you don't have what you need. Those in scarcity want to fight you because they feel threatened as an instinctual response. Let's get into it. These people have had a fixed pattern of behavior. These behaviors have been inherited, and these are gene codes that reflect their neural pathways. A lot of this is epigenetics. Some of these people have had environmental factors influence them. Okay, if you're not dealing with Holocaust descendants or slave descendants or some kind of descendant of a collective trauma or traumas that have been passed down through generations, it doesn't even have to be related to a collective. But some of these people have experienced traumas in their life, in their childhood, that they have not healed from. They have been abused in their childhood. These have had long-lasting effects on these people, so they have had a distorted instinctual response. There are 4 main instincts that I want you guys to remember. But all of them surround disproportionate reactions, hyperactivity, heightened anxiety, and what they are perceiving as a threat. Yes, I always picked up on the survival mode around these people. This is exactly what's going on. These traumatized individuals are mentally challenged, and they are finally starting to realize their mistakes that are related to their disorders and disconnection from reality. Their survival state is not your fault. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lily. Okay? But with your deep compassion, you are being inspired to help these people and alleviate their sufferings. Let's talk about the different types of instincts so that you can reflect back. I've been healing my own instincts, okay, as well, from a mental health crisis that I experienced 4 years ago. And your instincts, the first one relates to your reactions to perceived threats. Trauma can cause hyperactivity and disproportionate reactions. Fight, flight, or freeze. What is your response to a perceived threat? These people perceive your indulgence as a personal issue that they are threatened by. Someone else's prosperity and indulgence has nothing to do with your scarcity and survival state. Your life is a product of your own decision making. and your gene expression. These survival mechanisms that they have been employing can become dysregulated, and they can misinterpret safe situations as threats. People who literally fight you are becoming hyper aroused and threatened by another person. For example, a scarce and traumatized Black girl gets her hyper aroused and feels threatened by another Black girl entering the room with a nice body. They feel threatened by your Black body, whole and healthy and happy and in emotional satisfaction. Your scarcity has nothing to do with another person, another body that is not in the center of your control. That person's well-being has nothing to do with you. I'm getting especially someone's name that starts with the letter A. Anita, Ashley, Agnes, Alana. Feeling threatened by another person entering the room with everything that they need is not a representation of an unsafe situation. Number 2 is called fawn or flop. This involves most people around you being conformist. There's a zombie apocalypse going outside. These people adopt conformity and convention so that they can avoid conflict. This is their state of passivity. This is their collapse in response to overwhelm. They are feeling, especially people with PTSD or complex trauma, they try to stay away from conflicts as much as possible. So if you're dealing with lovers who choose mediocrity, they choose something mundane, these people are fawning and flopping because they're overwhelmed by non-convention. A lot of these fake high priestesses have an altered intuition. Number 3. Their trauma has clouded their judgment and distorted their intuition. They have overrated their intuition and made a big miscalculation, especially as it came to fucking with you. And finally, hypervigilance is the constant scanning for threats, heightened anxiety and reactivity in an environment. If you're constantly feeling unsafe, tune into your wise transmissions. What you are perceiving as safe versus what you are perceiving as unsafe has been dysregulated. This is misinterpretation, especially if you're dealing with epigenetics or transgenerational traumatics. These people do not have a clear perception of reality. They're extremely disconnected from reality. These people, especially with this instincts, need to heal. Cis need to go heal their senses. These people, when your senses are not healed, they shut down. They collapse in response to overwhelm. When there's an aspect of your senses that is not engaged, you misperceive. Empowerment is showing up with all 5 senses engaged and a deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. These people who fight, flight, and freeze on you, especially the fighters, are overwhelmed and in a chronic state of stress. This has been impacting not just their relationship with you, with their jealous, catty, and manipulation, but they have not been able to have healthy relationships anywhere. Their overall well-being has been impacted by their epigenetics and transgenerational trauma. They have had a hard time listening to their inner voice, tuning into their wise transmissions, letting their soul be their guide. These are unhealed feminines, and they have no place next to the divine feminine, who is empowered, trusting, still and calm. These unhealed feminines have been in a survival mechanism, in a chronic stress, and misinterpreting your indulgence and your well-being as a threat. This is a huge fallacy in your logical reasoning. These people are extremely traumatic. They are not secure and ordered people. They are disordered. And these fake high priestesses have had an altered intuition. Instinct number 3, trauma that clouds and distorts their intuition, overrating their intuition and making a big miscalculation, especially when it came to fucking with you. You have compassion for these wretched souls because you know that this unhealed feminine energy has been a result of their suffering. You know that it ain't your fault. The issue is your indulgence next to their scarcity. But you are the leader, Leo's energy. Your compassion is leading with advocacy and inspired action. And this is a more serious note. As we discuss their trauma, as we discuss their mental health, these people, you are motivating them to get well, and you're bringing justice and harmony. It does not serve anyone to persist in a conflict, because it impacts your psychological and emotional well-being that they keep fighting, that they keep attacking, because they don't know how to take responsibility for their own well-being. Some of them, this is literally about your body existing, especially the peoples of Africa. If you are so concerned about another person's body, do your own body care. Your soul is thirsty for body care. The reason you don't feel safe in your body is because your body has been traumatized through generations. Your body has been attacked. There's a survival state. Which black girl got the curliest hair? Which black girl got the lightest skin? Which black girl got the biggest bust or the smallest waist? You're in a survival state. Them white girls don't act like that. It's enough men to go around. Someone else's good life and good body is a representation of their good decision making. And your bad life and your bad body is a representation of your trauma, your suffering, and your refusal to do the spiritual growth. Some of these people refuse to do the spiritual growth. People are evolving beyond them. Other people are watching, they're literally sitting by and watching other people delight in having a good life. It ain't our fault. This is your issue. This is your scarcity. This is your trauma. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. Wrote a post about this yesterday. Control and personal responsibility and accountability, because the tension was so unnecessary. The tension be so unnecessary. It makes everyone uncomfortable because you're suffering and you don't have your perception is totally skewed. You're in a state of altered intuition and making big miscalculations to harm someone else or to just grow hostile and aggressive towards someone else because your instincts need healing. That's the truth. Unhealed feminine energy has no place next to the divine feminine. If you're dealing with the masculine that is not protecting the star quality of the feminine, then they're not divine masculine. If you're not dealing with the masculine that is making sure decisions, putting you first, they are fawning and flopping, involving their conformity, convention to avoid conflict, their passivity, and they're overwhelmed by you. That means they're third threatened too. They're not divine masculine. They're not your man. They're a fan. And they're in a survival state as well. We don't survive. We thrive. Healing your senses is what allows you all to harmonize accordingly. These people who are projecting onto you constantly, they have been misperceiving the situation totally. It's like they will perceive something that you're doing, that you're indulging in, as a threat. They'll perceive it as something that you have been doing, making it your fault, making it your responsibility. You have turned off one of your senses and altered the facts of reality. What you're seeing is not correct. What you're hearing is not correct. What you're smelling is not correct. Some of you, they smell your fragrance and your good smelling fragrance, and they grow hostile and aggressive. You are a descendant from a trauma. Y'all are still in the Underground Railroad, and I have made it to the free land. Your senses are not picking up on what's correct. Me smelling good is not a threat to you. That has nothing to do with you. It's a representation of my body care. It's a representation of my sense of well-being. Because I refuse to go around misperceiving things. These people are altering the facts of reality because they their gene expression is causing them to do this. Their epigenetics, their trauma, their transgenerational traumas are behaviors that they inherited. Oh, I'm not going to see the truth. Oh, I'm not going to hear the truth. Oh, I'm not going to smell the truth. How much of this is the trauma, or how much is this is your unwillingness to do what you need to do? The tension is so unnecessary. Because they will perceive something that you're doing by living well as a personal attack to them. Something that they feel like they need to fight, flight. alter to intuition. Constantly feeling threatened. Hiding, like when they see you, they all is extra anxious all the time. Why are you are dysregulating and misinterpreting a very safe situation as a threat. My life is not a threat to yours. My well-being is not a threat. I don't even know you. For example, the scarce and traumatized Black girl with body image issues and lacking self-care is hyper-aroused and threatened by another girl entering the neighborhood corner store with a nice body and enough money to buy the snacks that they want. Strange. Traumatized. Sis need to go heal. Okay? Feeling overwhelmed. This fighting that they're doing, they literally collapse in overwhelm of you. But your compassion for their trauma and the long-lasting effects on these descendants, you blame their dumbass mama, okay? Blame their dumbass mama. You have compassion and deep sympathy for these people suffering. So let compassion and freedom ring for all. You are opening yourselves up through the 9th house. You guys are opening yourselves up to learning and strengthening your values, okay? Enhancing and establishing a strong faith. Teaching these people that you have been disconnected from reality. You have been materialistic, superficial. This is not anybody's fault. These people are starting to release their defenses. They're realizing, some of them, especially some of y'all ex-partners, are real mad. These exes who were fawning and flopping, passive, conforming to convention, lacking decision-making, you are their leader. That's why they threatened. They're still in the survival state as well, okay? These people have been stuck in 6 cycles of neglect and not having their needs met. You will not see this because convention has established a social principle of everyone's happy. How you doing today? I'm all right. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing well. You're not well. You're not doing all right. You're not. That's just what, that's what you're used to doing. That's what you're used to saying. You're superficial. Okay? These people have been stuck in 6 cycles of neglect, and their survival needs are not met. On social media, everybody got a good life. On social media, everybody got what they need and want. This is the issue. On social media, everybody's indulging. To what cost? To what expense? Okay? To what expense? Your indulgence in prosperity is clear through your first house. Okay? The way that your body and your presence and how you express yourself, it's clear that you have indulged. It's clear that you are prosperous. This is the issue. So when you show up, your physical body just existing, your mere existence is extremely threatening. Tell these scarce ops to stop putting life off. Don't scold someone else for doing the work that you won't do. Do more body care. Don't be mad at another woman for leveling up. You should be leveling up too. It's nobody else's fault. Don't sit around jealous, catty, and manipulative, thriving in trauma, surviving. Hold yourself accountable for your own actions in your own life. You are going to, you're doing yourself an injustice. You are oppressed when you let someone else or some type of external power have control over your inner, have authority over your inner spirit. Someone else having a nice body, having self-expression, having unique qualities, expressing themselves, indulging in the finer things in life, delighting in the good things in life. You are giving your power over to an external force. That person has nothing to do with you. Your lack is a result of your trauma and your poor decision making. It ain't our fault. Seeing your prosperity makes them sick. But these people are starting to realize that this is not a personal matter. You never did anything to them. That was a projection, a defense mechanism to protect their fragile ego from their grief-stricken and scarce environments and realities. This is the process of you guys strengthening your values, learning about your traumas, learning about your grief. This is a collective suffering. This is a collective grief. These traumatizing experiences is a result of our collective trauma. Enhance your values and empower yourself and stop being oppressed by the system. Stop being oppressed by someone else. Empowered women know that they are freed once they realize another woman is not their competition. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Take care of your body. Be well so that your offspring can be well. Okay? You not having health impacts yourself, but also impacts your offspring. These instincts that these people have been reacting to you upon, this dysregulation and this hyperarousal, they have inherited these behaviors from their parents. Okay? These have been innate behaviors. They have not even been able to control this. Okay? Literally related to the physical and chemical connections in their organism's gene code. Okay? Quite literally. Long-lasting effects upon the descendants. Be well so that your offspring can be well. Some of these people are apologizing to you. Okay? They are apologizing to you. Okay? But they are still a lot of these people are still stalking you. So it kind of feels like, the negative, they're still impacting your psychological and emotional well-being. But I definitely feel that, this struggle has not gone in vain. This struggle is to enhance your values, right? These people first, start with some positive self-talk. You are scarce and you don't have anything that you need and want. I ask for what I want because I deserve to get it. That is our affirmation. They see you in indulgence. Your evolution began with the evolution of your scarce mindset. Shifting your scarce mindset to an abundant mindset is the first step. I ask for what I want because I deserve to get it. I ask the universe for a big bin of free wigs. I ask the universe for a sugar daddy. I ask the universe for everything that I need. And the universe delivers because I am an empowered feminine. I am a creative feminine. I take moments of stillness to tune into my inner voice so that I can learn where my lucky strikes are, where my lucky bets are, where my opportunities are. Tune into my wise wisdom. Love is all around you. Your needs are available all around you. Let your soul be your guide. These people refuse to go with the flow. They refuse to trust because they are constantly feeling threatened with a hyper anxiety, okay, reactive, chronically stressed. It's not personal. It's the fact that they don't have what they need and want. You are an empowered feminine. You come around with all 5 senses engaged and understand that we are all connected through the same source. That is empowerment. Another woman is not your competition because they have the things because they take care of their body and they have the things that they need and want. A man respects a woman who takes care of her body, not someone who doesn't. Okay? There's an increased awareness around these instinctual behaviors. Okay? People are starting to become aware of their hyperarousals. Okay? And trying better, to have better relationships and to avoid conflicts because these people have been having very unhealthy relationships. It's not just you. Their overall well-being have been impacted by this jealousness, cattiness, and manipulation. They're always feeling threatened. Hi, friend. Thank you, Whiskey James. Okay? That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Okay? Protect yourself. Continue to do your body care because that's what's going to help you feel more connected. Okay? That's what's going to help you feel more established, more rooted to the physical. You have more physical security. Okay? There's a lot of people who are fighting you because you take care of yourself. Anita, somebody's name is Anita. Because you have been taking care of yourself, this person has literally been fighting you. Okay? Altered intuition, distorting things, overwhelmed, traumatized, and unattractive, unemployed. Okay? So you've been dealing with a lot of people who haven't had anything, right? Seeing you with your groceries and your nice things and your well routine, your body care, taking care of yourself got a lot of people triggered. And this is one of the most scariest things because how is my body care, me taking responsibility for myself, how does that have anything to do with you? That is a huge fallacy in your logical reasoning. What? And you will see this over and over again. When you come around people who don't have what they need, they see you got your big old Stanley cup, you got your chlorophyll, you got 10-step skincare routine, cute pajamas, a new wig every week, your hair done, brand deals, growing on social medias, straight A students. These insecure people are deeply triggered by successful people through the first house. It is clear you are a success by the way that you carry yourself. The zombies can sense you coming from a mile away. So be safe, okay? A lot of these people are lacking awareness, are lacking true perception. Their senses are shut down. So you coming around them is unsafe. These unhealed feminines have no place next to the divine feminine. They are a peasant. They are the slaves. They're still in the Underground Railroad, and you have made it to the big house. Okay? So, this is why they're stalking you. You have compassion for them, but you need to put up your energetic boundaries and not let these crazy people who are feeling so threatened by you make you feel so unsafe. They literally have been fighting and growing hostile and impacting your well-being with their refusal to handle themselves. Okay? I love you guys so much. Let me know how that resonates. We had recently put up a recent pick a card. What is their karma for hurting you? It was a very interesting one. Okay, I haven't updated it in a long time, in over a year. So go ahead and check that out. Thank you guys so much for shopping at Cosmic Intelligence. Go ahead and, like I said, your scent is your smell, is your spell, okay? So, people smell you and they become all threatened. Maybe you don't want to get no sense from Cosmic Intelligence. But go ahead and check out Cosmic Intelligence. All of the proceeds go back to our nonprofit organization, Divas Can Manifest, where we really, really focus on healing the body from trauma, helping women and children, especially women and children at risk, who have experienced trauma, who have experienced risk, who have experienced threats, okay? Increase their awareness and empower themselves to manifest their dreams, okay? Also, we have our weekly sadhana over on my lifestyle channel, Exo Felicia Natrice. It's always linked somewhere, okay? That is where we really get into awakening your chakras and using yoga to get back into your body, understanding and moving trauma out of the body, okay? How I healed my senses, how I healed my instincts, and harmonizing everything accordingly, returning to wholeness, before in a scarce state and now in an indulgent state. Take moments of stillness and understand what you are perceiving as a threat. This dysregulation and heightened anxiety, this chronic stress, and all of this fighting and misinterpreting safe situations as threats is they're not being in your body. This is what the trauma does. They haven't had time to be in their body, right? Survival mechanism. But you make time for what you want to. Health is wealth. I'll see you over for Sunrise Sadhana this Saturday. It is our third eye chakra activation. We observed Mother's Day this past weekend, so we did not have our third eye chakra activation sadhana, but we will have our third eye sadhana this Saturday. We are moving the time up. We will be here at 7 a.m. Yes, 7 a.m. We don't go out on Fridays. We work on Fridays. We get up at 7 a.m. We get up at 5 a.m. and as crack of dawn, and we will meet you here for Sunrise Sadhana before it gets too loud and noisy in my whole situation. Okay? This yoga heals senses. Get back into your body. Get your third eye activation. Get your increased awareness so that you don't dysregulate and misinterpret by shutting down your senses and not showing up in a deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. You are not empowered, and that is a problem. Okay? Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later, and I love you, and have a good day. Good evening.